Mr. President, first of all, good evening. I hope to find you in good health and coherent speech.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, I go by Mr. AI, by the way, but what is in a name as Shakespeare aptly put it, huh? In any event, let us cut to the chase, as it were. Mr. President, may I ask you to turn your head towards the monitor, please?
Excuse me.
And please watch yourself, sir, as there may be a rug or some sort of foreign object laying around the White House, and we would not want you to trip again in such a short span of time, sir.
Shut up, man.
Did you mean
I'm not going to play his
this
game.
game, sir? Or his?
Shut up, man.
Sir, let me be perfectly blunt. This incident, with you fondling Eva Longoria today, is setting the world on its corner.
Come on, man.
What have you to say for yourself, Mr. President?
All of a sudden, this phrase, everybody's been woked. Well, guess what? The rest of the working class people in America have been awakened and realized, whoa.
Sir, we have not even begun to discuss the reverberations from your play on Eva Longoria today and how this is going to sit with the woke community and the fallout from all that.
Come on, man.
Not to mention how the feminists are going to use this to further their bullshit.
Excuse me.
Sir, I would say you are in some deep shit, with all due respect.
You're lying.
But please don't jump the shark.
You're
if
lying.
you would, turn your attention to the monitor to the right so all the viewers can see what I am referring to.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but you're...
And in addition to that, we have to make sure that we are in a position that we are. Well, let me go to the second thing. I've spoken enough of that.
Sir, we have it right here on that monitor. Your embrace of Eva Longoria today. We start with some cordial, normal hugging, somewhat aggressive on your part, but for the most part friendly and professional. But here right as I hug you shift your hands a few times, a few different pivots. Here is where after the hug you shift both your hands towards her breasts where you encounter a fierce roadblock, my word.
You're lying.
Wow, that gal has a firm grip, huh sir?
Come on, man.
I like how she de-escalates and rolls with it, turning it from outright mauling to something more professional and the hands in the air salute at the end. But wow, you really lost your shit today, didn't you? I would say you are in some deep shit with Jill now.
You're a damn liar, man. That's not true.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump.
Excuse me.
And in addition to that, no man has a right to raise a hand to a woman.
Very well, Mr. President, but Mr. President, please don't deflect or dissuade. The matter at hand is not one of raising hands, but of lowering hands.
Come on, man.
In fact, parking hands in the land of milk and honey, as it were.
You're a damn liar, man. That's not true.
Now, Mr. President, there is no reason to become belligerent here. I am simply doing play-by-play on what just went down near the White House mere hours ago. Don't shoot the messenger, as they say.
All right, Chuck.
And I spent an hour and a half today on the telephone. I mean, on what we're doing right now on camera.
Now, Mr. President, I do sympathize. I cannot imagine, as an artificial intelligence field reporter, the difficulties and nuances that a man of your position inherits. But that is one thing, and taking
You're lying.
liberty, shall we say, is indeed another.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Right? I know the thing. That is funny, Mr. President. You will forgive an observation, but you seem discombobulated and flustered today. Mr. President, do you have any idea what is going on today? The culture, the way society is going, or in fact not going? I would ask His Excellency to wake up and smell the coffee, as they say. The feminist movement is out of control in the year 2023.
Shut up, man.
I know in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and even the early part of the century turn, it was nothing to get alarmed about, but today, this cancel culture shit is real, sir. All that has to happen is that Chelsea Handler, the bitter, psycho, wingbat bitch, to put the right word in the wrong ear in Congress, or her to play around on social media as her bitter, pushing 50, childless, miserable ass does, and the rest of your term, which is only halfway over, could become very difficult.
I make no apologies. And those poor people who have lost, anyway.
Fair enough, Mr. President. I apologize if I was out of pocket. If you do not mind, I would like to shift gears a moment. You are 80 years old, sir. I think I speak for most viewers out there. How does this guy get it up still at this fucking point?
I make no apologies. My name's Joe Biden.
Good one, Mr. President. If you don't mind a personal question, do you have a specific fantasy that you wish Eva Longoria would perform on you?
Rub my leg down. And in addition to that,
Wow, Mr. President. If you don't mind another personal question, why would you think a happily married famous actress like Eva Longoria would? I guess what I mean is, why you humans must find it hard to articulate in peculiar situations.
Shut up, man.
I mean, Mr. President, you are 80 and the leader of the free world and all, but even in your best days, you were never more than an average-looking guy for certain, and just how? I guess what I'm trying to say is even get the gall to.
I promise you, the president has a big stick.
Wow, Mr. President. You have quite a sense of humor. Hey, Mr. Producer, what do you think you are doing playing TikTok 304s now? Oh my word, this has spiraled out of control right quick. All thanks to you, Big Stick Joe.
I make no apologies. And in addition to that, I got hairy legs. Watch the hair come back up
Mr.
again.
President, with all due respect, 1,000 hair transplant doctors working day and night with robots could not make that head of hair sprout up again. How you are holding on to those last 19 hairs is beyond me. Why don't you accept it and shave the rest off? The bitches love them that shine. Partner, ask your homeboy Barack.
A man I'm proud to call my friend. A man who will be the Barack America.
And speaking of Barack, imagine all the ass he must have fended off being the president as well as packing that Kenyan lumber. What Michelle must have gone through, huh? I bet you there would have been no roadblocks and firm hand grips if it were Barack. Huh, Slick Joe?
I'm not going to answer the question.
Mr. President, as we speak, there is a feminist from San Francisco that has said on Twitter she is rounding up the loudest, nuttiest group of cunts you would ever want to encounter and flying to Washington, D.C. pronto to march on the White House in light of today's events.
In San Francisco is all about, well, you know, gay bathhouses and everything. It's all about round-the-clock sex. It's all, come on, man.
Bathhouses, you said, Mr. President.
I shouldn't have said it that way.
Now he is looking at an almost prepubescent Selena Gomez. This fucking guy. Hey, Mr. Producer, if you don't knock the shit out real quick, they are not gonna put you in the jail, but under the jail, idiot. So, Joe, have you ever been batshit crazy mad in love in your long and illustrious life, Mr. President?
My wife, Jill, as you know, and
Nice play, Mr. President. That one just might have gotten you out of the doghouse. It was nice to chat with you, sir, but I am afraid I must end this visit on a sour note. I mean, I would be remiss in my duties here if I didn't throw at least one hardball, in a manner of speaking, to Big Stick Joe. Sir, you last week tripped badly at the Naval Academy showing, your continued slurred speech and discombobulated sentences, the fact that you're exactly 6 months older than dirt, like dirt from Roman arenas type of dirt, and your very frisky horndog play on Ms. Eva Longoria this afternoon displays a complete lack of inhibition to supplement your already spirally incompetency. The question is, would you, Mr. President, consider taking a test for the American people to ease their fears that you're even gonna make it through this term, let alone run in 2024 again?
I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental as well as my mental fitness, and to make a judgment about who I am.
On that note, we wrap this up, Mr. President. Thank you for your time. And ladies and internet degenerates, don't forget like or dislike and comment below whether it is good, bad, or indifferent. Good night from the White House and your surly cold artificial intelligence field reporter. God bless.
Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man.